right now, right? Okay, now today is the caption for this morning is inflation, question mark, no worry. Now, apparently itself, right, based on what you are saying, okay, Jerome Powell says that he expects this inflation to go 2%. So we have said this before, and the time when he said this, he says that, right, he will not see 2%. But after a while later, right, he knows that the numbers cannot be stopped anymore. He said that, okay, even 2% is fine as long as the economy is doing well. And yesterday we saw the Warren Buffett came out and very vocally and said that, right, things about inflation, and he sees that happening because his business, right, is more towards the epicenter counters, and it's very clear that owning one of the top property companies in USA, they know that, right, the inflation prices is really going up. All right, that's the reason why he is saying that. But is it time to keep buying? Well, apparently it's all right when there's inflation, expecting that the economy to do better, and therefore, right, the market goes higher. All right, but the question is this: it's not at the bottom level that we're looking at now. We're talking about Dow at 34,000. All right, where PE ratio or S&P is nearly 50 now. The question is, will this continue? So that is whereby I say yes, the buying can still continue, but you really need to be careful. All right, this is something very, very important. It's all about risk control management. All right, okay. All right, so you can see that, right, because of the Jerome Powell and Yellen, the lower US dollar that basically have pushed the stock market higher, right? So you can see that the bull is so strong and the bear is so weak, okay? So the bear is like a scarecrow and the bull is full of muscles and stuff like that. So at the moment right now, right, the bulls are definitely leading the show. It's very clear that the bulls are leading the show, okay? But the question is, can this continue? Now, that is a very good question that everybody asks. All I can tell you this is that there are some technical level that we are watching very closely, and I'll explain to you more during the technical aspect later, okay? Right, so in the later part for today's MAO, I'll be covering why is it bearish now. I'll give you all the reason of why the market is bearish, but it's not the time to sell yet, at least, you know, for the short sellers, right? If you want to short the market, you need to time it properly, all right? But then I'll tell you why is the most shorter stock is still lowering down, and of course, what would clear the power of money. Okay, I'll explain more in details later for the MAO part 2 in the second part. Okay, all right. If you'd like to hear all this, you can stay on and listen to me. All right. Okay. Hold on, just give me a minute. I realize that my face is way too near to the camera, so that's why, you know, it looks so funny. Okay, now be further away. Okay, looks better. Okay, let's continue. All right. So this is from the famous motivational quotes by the famous people. Okay, so obviously, if you saw this couple this morning, you know that, right? They are famous for, of course, not the best of all reason. But before we go to that level itself, let's look at what they say previously. All right, I am not topper in my university, but all toppers are working in my Microsoft company. This is a very powerful quote for all the business bosses and going to be businessmen wannabes, all right? Now, this is very clear cut. You don't need to be the best in academic, all right? But once you are there in terms of business or your company, you can engage all the best people to work for you. And of course, these people who are really there in academic itself or the brain, all right, they will definitely help your business go up better, all right? Of course, as long as you control them properly. So I really believe in that. That's why, you know, honestly, all, excuse me, sorry. Let me just clear my throat. Sorry, yeah. Okay, all the people that works around me, all right. In fact, all the people that works with me, right, all of them are all university graduates, except myself. Really, I'm not kidding you. So that basically speaks a lot about, you know, getting the right people to work with you, because not only that they must be academically strong, they must have integrity and honesty, and that's why I'm very blessed that we have all these good people around me. And of course, right, you know, one thing is that what Melinda Gates has said: a woman with a voice is by definition of a strong woman. But the search to find that voice can be remarkably difficult. And I think it's very true for all the ladies, right? And you can think about this. You need to have that voice, okay? And of course, you need to show that you are strong, all right? That is the reason why, you know, some of the very successful ladies, right, they are really, you know, of course, they have a straight balance between work and home, but still with that voice, right, that speaks volume. But of course, we know that these two is one of the most wonderful couple. for the last 27 years until this morning. This morning was a rude shock when I saw on CNBC that Melinda Gates and Bill Gates, all right, again, they are splitting up after 27 years. I mean, I saw some articles. I can understand how is it to be dealing with the second or first richest man once, all right, in his daily life. And this guy really loves to read. I mean, he can basically has books in front of him practically almost any time when he has spare time. Okay, so that is whereby, you know, this is very interesting. But I mean, we can foresee that happening if let's say that there's no way to balance it out. All right. So anyway, of course, this is just what is being mentioned. So we don't know exactly what is the reason for that split, but still, as what Anna has put it across, yeah, indeed, it's a growing trend right now. So I'm quite sure there will also be a record divorce settlement because, you know, basically that was what really happened. So let's see whether Bill Gates did anything before that, right? So anyway, this is the news right now. So guys, if you're interested, you can just look at it, okay? All right, disclaimer as usual, please understand this. All right, please read it right now. I'll give you 10 seconds to read this, and after that, I'll count to 5 seconds. And if you're okay with that, I will continue. All right, so please understand this. After the 5 seconds, you've already accepted the above and has indented part B. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Let's continue. All right, yesterday I told you, I promised you, I'll find out the reason why Hong Kong Seng Index fell off, right? So I found it for you. It was because of Ping An Insurance slide on founder rescue plan for China market shut for the holiday. Now, do not, China is shut for holiday until Wednesday. All right, so Hong Kong Seng Index came off 1.3% yesterday. It was down about 2.5% at one stage before there was some buying at the back. Okay, so basically you can see here. Okay, so China's stock market will be closed until Wednesday for the holiday. All right, and trading volume on Hong Kong yesterday was about 96 billion compared to the daily of 135. So it was actually a much muted trading day. All right, compared to the average of 135 billion. So you can imagine there's a big difference when the Chinese mainlanders are around. Imagine that that's about $40 billion worth. Oh my God. Okay. So it was clearly remains weak, and of course there's no supporting liquidity. Okay, so that was the main reason. And of course there was some concern on inflation and stuff like that, but actually mainly is that the Chinese was not around. All right, so this is the Hang Seng Index. So you take a look right now from ever since 1990 to today. You can see that the Hong Kong market keep on going up. All right, has not been really coming down at all. More important thing is this. I'm not sure the link here. Okay, if you look at this, you put the high and then connect all the high here itself, right? You can see that this is the projected highs almost every time. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, so somewhere around here. So almost every time when this market hit this so-called imaginary resistance line, the market will have a little bit of pullback. All right. So it happened before, but of course, it went overextended. Sometimes it misses by a little bit, but it's around there. Okay, so it's running around there. Can you see that? Okay, good idea. So now the thing is this, we are where? Okay, we are pretty far away from here. Okay, we are pretty far away. So the question is this, is it because there's more upside to go or because there is already a divergence on the trend? So of course, there's another way to get it, is a support level here. Now the support is a bit clearer, you can see that. So which means that, right, the support seems to be okay. So which means that roughly the support will be roughly about here. That's about 23,000 level around there. All right, about 23,000. So which means that now today is 28,000, right? So basically, if there's going to be any pullback of sort, it's about 5,000 to 4,000 point. Okay, maybe it's 24,000, 25, 74. Yeah, I think that's correct. This is 24,000, and here is 28, so about 4,000 point. Okay, but of course, I'm not saying that the Hang Seng will drop to 4,000 point, but I said that in terms of a very good price to buy for the long haul, maybe you can look at between 24,000 to about 24,500. Okay, you can look at this figure. If anything happened to the market, this figure might be a good level to watch out for. Okay, today's the written on the 4th of May. Okay, that's right there. Okay. I just got a feeling. So suddenly this thing just come to me, so I just had to share this with you. Okay. So not too sure does it make any sense to you, but nonetheless, all right. In case market do come down, example, then it's a good price to buy 24,000 to 24,500. Okay. All right. forward. Okay, so just sharing with all of you. Nothing much to, nothing doesn't mean anything. Okay. All right. So Warren Buffett says Berkshire. All right, they're saying that right. They're looking at this very substantial inflation. All right. Basically, right. This is what Warren Buffett said. Now, in case you guys miss Warren Buffett right now, this is him. All right. You can see that he had went a little bit frail, right, recently, right? I mean, 2-3 years ago, he was still a really plump guy. So this time around, he looks a little bit, okay. But still, he's still very strong. He's still very active. He's a very smart person still. He knows exactly what he says. Just that his accent was a bit tough to understand. I went through the video. So it's like, okay, you got his point. All right. So they have 9 home builders, okay, in their portfolio. And definitely they know that, right? Because of that, yeah, they know they do a lot of housing and the cost is up and up and up. Still cost, especially, it's every day is going up. This is really insane. And because of that itself, obviously, if the costs go up, they had to put the cost back to the consumer, right? That's very clear. So the thing is this, as prices go up, right, the consumer to pay more. That is whereby he's expecting to be a concern right now. Because end of the day is that you can increase your price, but the consumer, can they buy it? That's another question, okay? So that's why, this is going to be a very interesting point that he's actually trying to mention. Oops. Now, Jerome Powell says that, right, even though they go to 2%, they're not going to resolve to raise interest rate. As they say that, they only see until employment is at full level, right? This coming Friday is non-farm payroll. Remember that. The numbers are expecting to be above at least 1 million, all right? The 971,000 is consensus, but the market internally is looking at 1 million, okay? So this Friday will be very interesting to watch because if the numbers go past 1 million, the market will definitely ask them what's next then. And obviously, the market may actually go into profit-taking mode. But if the number comes between 900 to 971,000, then the market say, okay, fine, it's still within line. Maybe the market can still wait for a while. So this is going to be a very interesting non-farm payroll this coming Friday, okay? So stand by for that. All right, now the thing is this, there is argument now, apparently, once again, okay, there is this thing that should we actually sell in May and go away or should we stay, all right? So apparently now, some strategies are saying that, hey, no, not every time is like that. Okay, every year is different and there's some money is left to in the market is better, right? So one strategy say that, right, not everything, this is not a good strategy. In fact, but then one technician says that it's actually a good strategy. So this is a very good article. It covers both sides, all right? Making sure that it doesn't have one biased view, all right? So this is what happened to just show it to you idea for you guys. Okay, this is my personal theory. So you can see in 2018, if you buy in May and go away, you actually make money until you probably hit this point here, okay? All right, that was in about probably in the later part of 2018. Then if you do it in July, you also technically make money overall, but there was a little dip before going up. So that was what happened in July. But if you do it in last year, July, 2019, sorry. You do it in this 2020 January, it was a pretty good one, okay? So overall, you can see that the last 3 years, if you actually buy in May and go away, I repeat, buy in May and go away, theoretically, you will make some money. So the question is this, is it a buy in May and go away or sell in May and go away? What do you think? All right, since 80 of you guys, right? So how many of you think it's a buy in May? Okay, you put buy. If you think it's a sell in May, then you put sell. Let me see how many of you will write what. Okay, let's do it. I know that I asked it before, but today now is May already, right? We did it as 23rd of April back then. So now today is 4th of May. All right, what do you think? Buy in May or sell in May? What do you think? Please give me your answer right now. Hey, I know the Uncle Arubi. Buy lah. Correct. Okay, so we have Sam also calling for buy. Low says sell. Lester says sell. Sam say buy. Louis say buy. Anju sell. Vincent sell. Jerry sell. Okay, right. We have that's about 15 members. How about 5 more, guys? 5 more. Okay, Jimmy says sell, Colin says sell, Eileen says sell, Fred says sell, and Philip says sell. Okay, now already given you my view back then, okay? I'm going to say this upfront, okay? My view is this, right? I don't know which month the market will come down, all right? I can only tell you that I believe that the market is due for a correction. Okay, I don't know when would that be, but after that, right, when the market does this, it'll be a good buy. So what I'm trying to say is, all right, if that the market is definitely due for a correction, okay, and the correction of between 4% to 8%. Okay, that is my personal take. But once that happens, right, and the market go consolidating, right, or consolidate for a certain period, that is where I will really think that the market will be a buy, because I suspect that there'll be a flux of money coming in, and slowly, gradually, the market will just slowly go up. All right, and that will be a good period for you to keep on buying and stay long. All right, that will be the idea here. So again, this is going to be my position for the next 6 months to 8 months. So let's see whether it makes sense or not. Okay. Well, again, we let the TWB system guide us. All right. Okay. Okay. With Brian, Kelza, and Richard say sell. Brian say buy. Okay. All right. Now let's let you know why do I say that, because the first year of the new president usually is good. This is really you understand. Okay. So during the summer rally, right, it's usually better for the first year president. Okay, new president in the first year. And this is very interesting. Usually the market is strong in April and July. Interesting. And also solid return in May. Okay, so this is something very side, okay, covering a lot of angles here. So basically, in short, it's right. May does seem to have a pretty decent number. But if you look at it itself, right, it does tell you that July, you look carefully in July, it's quite interesting. It seems that July, the market usually is very strong. You see that? It seems that July is actually, most of them are very strong. So if let's say there is any good reason to buy in July, then maybe June or May, there might be some profit taking, or maybe May profit, May still go out a little bit. Example, we quote this guy, right? Then June, there will be some profit taking. Okay. Then after that, July is the restart of the bull. So this is something that what we have seen the last 3 years. Let's see what will happen. Okay. So at least, guys, I will tell you what to look out for this few months. Okay. Let's see whether it happens. Okay. So that is the sell in May or stay in May. Okay. That one you guys decide. Thank you for participating, guys. Okay. All right. So the thing is this, where the earnings already has covered quite a fair bit. Right. So yesterday got no earnings. Today we have Pfizer. All right, we have Pfizer and we have Galactic and Pin Interest, right? So we had a couple of this one here, but it's not going to be a big one. And then tomorrow is Microsoft, okay? So wondering why they have this divorce case before the earnings result. Okay, anyway, Wednesday, big one, we have Tesla, we have Square, we have PayPal, all right, GM. So these are the big one, especially Tesla, all right? It'll be interesting to watch, okay? So all I can say is this, overall, it's all right. Tesla doesn't give me that much of the positive vibes. Let me show you why. Okay, let me bring it to you now. Okay, this is Tesla. Okay, this is Tesla. This morning, last night, it actually gap up, right? But it gap up, right? Again, it come off. But the thing is this, the KSI has flipped a bit. So that's why I would say that Tesla maybe about 669 level or 665 level, we can consider the buyback some position. Those who are short with us, you can consider the buyback about 665 level, all right? So watch out for that, 665 to 669 level. Okay, all right. So we have the ISM data yesterday. Surprisingly, the ISM data was actually lower. All right, I haven't updated this. Apology, it's 61. All right, so basically it's all right, it's lower. So it's very interesting because we were all looking at a higher number. So now after today got no much data, no big data. Then on Wednesday we have the ADP number. Now the ADP number you can see is looking at 815,000. A big number, jump right. So there's a big jump here. And of course they are looking at the non-farm payroll to be even higher. Okay, so we'll see how it goes, but likely ADP number should be higher. Okay, let's just cover what happened on Friday. Sorry. Let's cover what happened last night, yesterday. All right, so the Dow Jones, once they open, right, not too sure what is the hell reason given, but then they just buy up all the way up 300 points from the very, very beginning. All right, so what's the reason? Because there are some, again, the market looking at, the economy is doing well and reopening, and New York City is going to reopen soon. All this reason, and that's what it happened. But of course, towards the last 1 hour, there was some profit taking, but then that was nothing much. So let's look at what CNBC had to say. Now, Dow climbs more than 200 points on the first trading day of May. Retail stock leads gains. So because of the relaxed pandemic restriction, apparently. So it seems that, right, whatever happened in India, they don't want to be rewarded. All right, so that is how, but of course, the NASDAQ is the one I told you to be very careful because the KSI on NASDAQ was red. I did say that, right, NASDAQ likely will pull back, and indeed, it really happened. So like Royal Caribbean, American Airlines are the one that is leading the show yesterday. All right, so this is the main reason why the Dow went up. And of course, like I say, this the New York Governor, Andrew, is saying that, right, the most of the capacity restriction will be lifted across New York, all right? So it seems that they are really going for it. They're not be afraid of this, and they believe that the vaccine will work. So we just really hope and pray that everything goes well. Because what happened in India may not be exactly what happened in the USA, right? Because of the vaccination and the way they control. So we won't know, but we're going to see from here itself. So we just have to be very, very careful, okay? Now, the thing is this, as I told you guys, right, on average itself, right, from May to October, right, is usually the lowest period for average positive results. So it's about 2.2%, okay, 2.2%, okay, on the monthly schedule, okay. All right, so overall itself, right, the November to April month is always better, seem to be, okay. So that is why they say sell in May and go away. All right, so ISM data yesterday came in at 60.7. All right, it's way lower than expected, but the market didn't really care. Can you see that? Okay. All right, so that is again the reason why I say the market is too bullish right now to care about fundamental. Okay. All right, so what's happening on the news right now? So with that Dow still rising, right? It seems to be very happy with that. It's a really upbeat earnings season, so stocks are really going to go. And of course, the only thing I went against is the tech stocks, all right? Because tech stock, like I say, they will have a problem if the market keep on going higher, inflation builds up, right? The first sector to be hit will be tech stocks, right? So that's the reason why you see tech stocks coming off. Okay, let's do a quick review of what happened yesterday on the US market on the Dow Jones. All right, so the Dow yesterday opened here. Now, yesterday there was no pivot, right? No pivot. So no pivot, we have used OP as a guidance, right? So above OP is a buy. So above OP was a buy, and indeed you can see the Dow really went up. Okay, so with the KSI green and above OP is a buy, so that's why Dow went up. So it's very clear cut of what's happening. The only thing that is I have a concern will be this point here at 34,105. Okay, 34,105 is a KCB level all the way from this guy. Can you see that? So for 1 day, 2, 3, 4, 5, for 5 strict trading days, the market just couldn't go past it and close above it. So very simple, guys. If you 1 day ever it close above it, most likely we'll see the new all-time high. That is very clear. But if the market still refuses to allow it to stay above it, right, then it means a very strong resistance at 34,105. Hence, therefore, if the market do come down, now this TSCB at 33,810 is very powerful, very strong. As long as the market stay above it, we are quite well because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For 7 days, okay, you have been holding as a strong support there. So I would say that this 33,810 will be a stronger and more important support for anyone and everyone here. So watch out for this 33,810 level. Very important. Huh? So once the market is above OP, right, and basically there's no pivot, by theory, above OP, CCRY is where you can go in to buy. And of course, on hindsight, yesterday, if you do CCRY buy, right, you have one loss, but the rest are gains. So that is how it works for above OP trades when there's no pivot. Remember, Uncle Arun, remember, right? You realize that when there's no pivot, right, it's a better trading day. So I hope yesterday you make a lot of money, yeah? You remember, we said that before, right? Indeed, when there's no pivot itself, right, the OP is the only guidance. So as long as the market stay above OP, right, you just quickly have to stick on the long side. And that's what exactly happened yesterday. Okay, so you all got a tip of the day already, right? Yeah, very good. Okay, all right, so that's what happened yesterday on the Dow Jones. Now let's just now go right now to the market today. Congratulations, Uncle Arun. Okay, now this is where I express my concern because, you know, seriously, you know, this is a really like a heavy traffic jam. It's like a massive traffic jam. Now, I've not seen this before. Let me show it to you, guys. Let me just make the chart a bit smaller, okay? Now, this is a very long consolidation for how many days? Let's take a look. For about 12 days already. 12 days consolidation. Now, you look back into the last few times. All right, do we have a last 12 days consolidation? Well, maybe forcefully here. Let's take a look here. There's about 10 days before it exploded upwards. So 10 days around here. Then let me see any consolidation. Yeah, we have one over here. A consolidation for about 11 days before the market sold down terribly. All right, so another more, maybe here. Okay, a little bit hard to say, but about 10 days. Then the market broke down. Then around here, so that's about 11 days before market broke down. So which means that, right, about 11 to 12 days, okay, about 11 to 12 days, the market will finally see a direction. I repeat myself one more time. About 10 to 12, okay, to be precise. All right, the market will see a movement. So today, by right, today or tomorrow latest, we should see a market direction. Yes, today or tomorrow, we should see a big market direction. Now, based on statistics, okay, nothing is for sure. Who knows, the market may drag for 21 days, you know? But again, history has shown, right? We're going to see either a new all-time high or the market will take down, okay? Okay, so I don't know which direction it's going, but definitely I'm going to watch my MA very closely today. All right, the MA 30 for today is 33,845. Okay, the MA is 33,845. That is the Dow Jones MA 30 technical point. And the MLP, well, MLP, I make it a bit accurate. Should be somewhere around here. Okay. The MLP point for today will be about 34,000. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this going to be very clear. One, right, the Dow Jones is going to go to all-time high very soon, because after 11 to 12 days of consolidation, normally we will see a movement soon, all right, based on statistics. And then after that, either it go up to new all-time high, or the market pulls down for at least 500 to 600 points. Okay, so you heard me loud and clear? Yes? Is it BTC crashing down? Oh, yes, that's good. Okay, I come to BTC shortly. All right, clear on this? Everybody clear on this? Okay, guys. All right, this is very important, because now we said we have dragged on for 11, 12 days, right? This is not going to be the time you're going to flex yourself. This is the time to make more money than not, all right? So if the market chooses to buy, stick to the buy side. If you're short, then do hedging or close off your short position. If you're long in the market, then of course you enjoy the ride, okay? Vice versa, okay? If you're long in the market and the market goes down, you better cut your position or hedge your position. For the short sellers, right, then just follow the system and short accordingly. Are we all clear? If all are clear of this plan, please key the word down, D-O-W, all right? If you're very clear of this plan, all right, okay, please key in the word Dow, the Dow plan, not the East Coast plan. Okay, the Dow plan. All right. Thank you, Uncle Arun. Wow, so early in the morning, you give me such a great tall hat to put on for me. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Okay, so the idea now, this is going to be big, guys. This is going to be very, very helpful, guys. This is the best 11 to 12 days guidance. Go back and check the charts and you will see my point. All right, I'll check a bit more later on during the Super Tuesday. We see can find a longer period of time. All right. Okay, now this is really the time to make money. You really have to make money when the market very clearly tell you what to do. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. Cool. Okay. Let's see what Uncle Arun said. Right. The BTC market. Wow. Okay. Remember this morning I say this morning I already warned, watch out for P2. Right. If the market dropped below P2, that will be selling, and indeed it really, really happened. Okay. Really, really happened. Right. Let's look at this. Look at this. Okay, look at this. Oh my God, look at it. This is the sorry, I have to just do this. This is the TSCB on the 5 minute. All right, and you can see the market broke down here. It broke down below P2 and broke below PSCB, and that's why, bang, the market came off. I mean, this is crazy, right? Look at it, right? Just because of one or two lines, the market know exactly what to do, and the market really sell off. So sometimes you really have to trust what you see in front of you, especially your system. Okay, right? I'll talk about this later on at 2 p.m. All right, sorry to divert from here. So, okay, let's continue. All right, so this is what happened to the Dow yesterday. Let's look at the, other than that, the Dow, what do you call? The weekly chart. Now, the weekly chart shows that, okay, it looks positive because supposed to be two black bars on the weekly chart should lead to more selling, but because yesterday the market pumped up, right? The thing is this, yesterday a friend of mine was asking me, Kel, based on what you see on MAO, 2 weeks of downside, likely the Dow will go down, right? How come the Dow yesterday go up? So I answered him, because everybody was looking to sell. When everybody looking to sell, the boys know that. That's why yesterday, look at the way the Dow went up. Like every time you pull back, the price goes up. Because they know you're selling, they just keep on pushing. This is a very typical move. So now everybody is very positive today, right? You have to watch the Dow today. Yeah, if the Dow is, no matter how it recover, the selling come in, right? It means the boys yesterday, they play punk. They basically manipulated the market yesterday, and today they play again. So watch out for today's opening price. Okay, guys, if the market cannot go above today's opening price, be very careful the long side for Dow this morning or today. Okay. All right, so that is what the weekly chart says. Okay, let's see at the Dow Jones for today. Let's look. Okay, for today's Dow, okay, very clearly we have a zebra formation. This is the second zebra in just 11 days. So the opening price happened to be here between the two pivots, all right? Pivot 1, pivot 2, the regular pivots. But there's a strong KCB level. Can you see that? 1434105. This morning it triggered again. So this is like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 time triggering it already. So if the market stays below OP, the market will have to come down to pivot 2, and that's for 33,913. But because the KSI is green in color, right, it's going to be tough for the Dow to come down to that particular level unless there's some selling reason. So if the Dow instead goes up, right, and break above 34,105, I'm quite sure that we could actually see a new all-time high. So that's why my traders friend, watch out for the opening today. If the market stays above OP and cross 34,105, we could see the Dow going all the way up to the new all-time high at 34. For the pivot 1 is 34,281 level. Okay, all right, watch out for that. Okay, very clear. But if the market stays below OP, then of course the market may come down to the pivot 2. But if you go to KTR -1 to -3 and you see CCRY, you can also look out for buying. Okay, so this is very clear direction. Some people may find that this is like, like both views. You can hear my voice, which side am I actually looking at, and then you can also feel that, right, what should you really do when something happens. All right, very specific, rather than tell you say that, oh, market may go up, but may come down and talk shit. Okay, all right, okay, guys, thank you. All right, this is NASDAQ. Now, NASDAQ, not nice. Now, I already tell you guys, NASDAQ must be very careful. Now, yesterday, NASDAQ closed below the MA30. All right, that's why now NASDAQ should be coming down further. Now, let me explain this to you now. MLP for NASDAQ today is about 13,845. I change the color for you to see better. Hold on. Okay, 13,845. Okay, the MA30 today is 13,817, and now the market is off by 50 points. So this is going to be bad. Okay, I repeat, this might be bad. So the thing is this, you can see there's some artificial support around here, this area. Now, this is the support area that we saw for 3 days. So if the NASDAQ failed to stay above this so-called support level, the market will sell. And if we sell down, my personal take is this. All right, there's a little support here. Okay, and that's about at 13,600 level, around there. But if the market loses that, that means that the market will be going for the first 5% level, and that's 13,375. Now, if the NASDAQ do pull back to that particular level, 13,375, I think you can look out for buying interest. All right, if the market doesn't hold water, then look out for the MA200. Okay, but I think this is a bit far away. So all I can say is this, look out for 13,375 if the market really comes down. Okay, cool, huh? You got the idea? All right, so NASDAQ, I'm more bearish than the Dow. That's very clear. Okay, very, very clear. Fundamentally, also like that. So traders, you just have to watch out for this. Okay, all clear? All right, good. Okay, now NASDAQ is going to break the pivot 2 very soon. So if the NASDAQ break pivot 2, then selling is very clear. And you can see already, I've been mentioning to you, the last few days, KSI has been great in color. You can see that. All right, so if the market bridges below P2, there is a chance for it to go down to the next KCB level. This is a chocolate bar, and that's 13,634, right, around the level that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so watch out for this. There is a possibility of about 130 points from here. That's quite a lot. Now, if of course the NASDAQ come off, right, Hang Seng will also come off at the same time. I told you before already, right? So I want to say this again. If the NASDAQ comes off, the Hang Seng will also follow. So watch out for this movement. This is very important. S&P 500, well, you can see yesterday we have a very interesting doji closing. So today, if the market basically trade below OP, there will be some selling. The MLP for today is somewhere around here, okay, about 4190 level. So today, the MA30 is about 4150. So in short, we could see a pullback to 4150 for the S&P 500. Before we see any form of support. Okay, so I'm going to be very clear today. I do see that there is a possibility for the S&P 500 to trade down to 4150 today. Okay, so now it's a 4185 right now, so about 35 points from here. So for those who are short in the market, you can consider to watch out for this area here, 4150. Okay, cool. All right, 4150 for the S&P 500. Okay, all right. Let's just continue to look at the Hang Seng for today. Now, Hang Seng yesterday basically closed below the MA30, right? So it's not a good sign. All right, I repeat, it's not a good sign. The market did try to recover, but I kind of suspect that I told you guys that there is a small possibility for the Hang Seng to trade lower this week. All right, from the way I look at the chartings and everything, it doesn't look good. So I will suspect that later on, right, we should see some form of but again selling down to about 28,300 plus level, right? Because based on my technical chart, I do see a bit of this technical point around here, and it's about 28,300 level. Okay, so not so good, yeah, because of the market, right? Now the MA30 is on top, the MA200 is the bottom at 26,800. So that is a bit far away. But if let's say the earlier chart I draw, right, would it be possible? Anything is possible in the market. All right, so that is the Hong Kong. Let's look at the Hong Kong chart right now. We're going to be on standby mode soon. China A50 has gapped down. I repeat, China A50 has gapped down. So, well, there should be some selling, but of course, this China 50 is not the cash market, it's the futures market. So that's why it's still moving, even though the cash is not opening. All right. So if the gap down, but there's some buying now, so the Hang Seng will also gap down, but the buying will come in. Okay, let's take a look. NASDAQ has just broke the pivot 2 level, so traders be very careful on this. Okay, Hang Seng will open up very soon. I say Hang Seng will gap down. It should be around opening price about 28,316 level, but that's the TSCB level. Let's see am I right or not. I got no idea on this. Okay, just guessing. Okay, Hang Seng has opened. Oops, okay, Hang Seng has opened. It only gapped down a little bit. Yesterday closed at 480. Now it's at 410, so it's a bit low, slightly lower. So despite the Dow Jones is up by 200 points, but the Hang Seng trade lower. Why? Because I told you before, because of the NASDAQ and the China A50. All right. So now the thing is this: the Hang Seng is now coming off. All right, but do understand this: today the market is above pivot 1. The current opening price above pivot 1, and also KSI is green in color. So if the Hang Seng goes above OP, right, likely they'll be buying. Okay, I repeat, if the market stays above OP, they'll be buying. So unless you are willing to take the risk to sell, then of course you must try to buy back as soon as possible at about 28,296 level, because that is the pivot one. Okay, all right, but then to trade from opening price to pivot one is the uncertainty zone, right? So they carry risk, if you trade over there. So traders just think about that. Okay. All right, I'll come back to this shortly. All right, let's look at DAX. Now, this is DAX. Angarun, you buy yesterday DAX. I told you about this MLP at 15,147. If you didn't buy, you buy when it was going up above OP. All right, so basically you can see that we have the very beautiful MLP being traded yesterday. And of course, after that, the market went back above into this 2 BNB level. All right, and of course, we also crossed the MA30. So it's still very positive, but also at the same time, the market has been sideways for quite a couple of days already. So I suspect that we will also see big movement coming up. If the Dow will have big movement, obviously the DAX will have big movement. So traders, you need to do that. Fantastic, Arun. Wow, you bought, then stop loss and buy again. Excellent. Yeah, indeed, yesterday, if you buy on MLP, right, or whichever technique you bought the sell, right, you should see some initial swing. Then after that, the market went very smooth, right? In the second half of the day, the market went very smooth. Let's take a look. Okay, Hang Seng now is trading a bit lower right now. Hang Seng trading a bit lower. I'm just going to show DAX chart, a quick one. Yesterday DAX. You can see yesterday DAX. Wow, look at it. Look at how crazy it was yesterday for DAX. You basically went all the way up, then plunges all the way down. But then, of course, if you follow the rule, CCRY above pivot one, above OP, just buy, you make money. It's that simple, my God. That is how crazy this system is. I mean, you didn't get to buy at the low, but look at the way the KTR, look at the way the DAX came out. Instead, I covered this, right? I told you guys the way the DAX came down, hit KTR -1 and rebounded. Think about this. If you have a friend in Germany and you call him in the morning and say, hey, brother, all right, if the DAX come down, all right, there's a chance of it going to KTR -1. Now, why would you tell him that? Because remember this, okay? You tell him that, right, the market is red in color, so there's a chance of the market coming down. And of course, you can tell him all the levels and read to him. And the crazy part is that the low of the day, look at the low. The low of the bar was 15116. And you gotta look at it, look at the KTR, 15116, exactly the low. Oh my God. If there's a system that predicts high and low on a regular basis, I can tell you our TWB system is one of them. Not say every time it will produce that, but I can tell you most of the time. Do you agree? Do you agree in that? All right. Angarun, do you agree? Since you trade a lot of DAX, Colin trade a lot of DAX, right? Do you agree that you can see lots of this happening? All right, this is really incredible. Right, I've seen this so many times already. Okay. Wow, still open. Very nice. Congratulations to you. Okay, so that is the Hang Seng and the Dow and the DAX. Okay. All right, so today for DAX, the KSI is green. So it's for the pivot to be pop up first. We will know now. Okay, let's check the China A50. Uh-oh, does it look good? China A50 doesn't look that good. The market is trading now back down to below opening price. Okay, back down to opening price again. And Hang Seng, let's take a quick run before we move on. Okay, Hang Seng most likely going to touch the pivot one level soon. Okay. Okay, all right. Now, a friend of mine asked me this question. Okay, Kel, do you think that the Hang Seng can go down all the way to, test the low here? So I will give you my personal take. If you look carefully on the Hang Seng, all right, you can see that, right, the wrong color. The Hang Seng has been lowering. You can see that have been lowering. The high of each wave, you look carefully, the high of each wave itself, right, is actually getting lower. But of course, this one changes it, but it did not stay. It did not stay. So that's why there's a problem here. So if you look at it, right, there is a very good chance that the Hang Seng will be going down to test this point here. All right, because you can see there are multiple KCB there. There are multiple KCB there and chocolate bar. So it looks delicious. More important that this is a very strong consolidation, right, for quite a while. So this consolidation, you look at it, this is the X factor. If the market really flipped down by 1X, right, likely you will create this. And now you can see the KSI at the moment now might be turning red for the day chart. So overall itself, right, I believe that there is a chance for the Hang Seng to breach the low here. So the low back then was, let me take a look. The low back then was 27,497. So 27,500 lah, make it simple. So which means now, right, it's 28,348. There is a possibility of the Hang Seng to drop by 850 points. All right, possible. If let's say the Dow Jones do move 500 points. Okay, of course, I say again, the Dow Jones I expect up by 500 points or down by 500 points. So I don't know which side it will go. At the moment now, momentumly, it seems to be heading down. So Hang Seng has a slim chance to see 850 points from here. Okay, Hang Seng has a chance. Okay. Okay, I go right down for you guys. Okay, I already key in for you guys already. All right, my personal view on Hang Seng. Okay, now of course I'm not saying that it will go there definitely, but there is a chance. Okay, so you understand the good chance, right? Yeah, let's see whether it happens. Of course, if it happens, then obviously there's a good time to look for buying. Okay, I said this many times already. Take note of that. Okay, cool. Okay, so that is the view of Hang Seng in the long run. All right, DAX, I give it to you already. China 850, doesn't look good at all. So that is what is taking home right now. Okay, how about gold? Wow, gold really went up. Okay, as again, gold is also one of the market that really gives you a headache. It's like one day up, one day down, one day up, one day down. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to say, guys. When the market is doing this one day up, one day down, one day down for a period of time, right? That means we all know the market is going to give us a great opportunity to make money soon. A great opportunity, yeah. Right, it's gonna be a big runner soon. All right, so I'll explain to you why my view. Okay, first of all, let's look at the gold news right now. Okay, gold news means people who basically they come online and they give the news in social media. I mean, in the mainstream media. So gold prices, okay, has been in bearish channel for 9 months. Apparently, this is what they say, following a aggressive bullish trend. So what you saw the market recovery, right? Okay, that's what I meant. Okay, and of course now, the gold price is going up because of the weakness in the dollar and the subdued yields of the government bonds. Okay, so let's just look again very clearly on what we are seeing right now on the market between the bonds and the yields. Oops, sorry. Oops, sorry. Okay, apology. Okay, so what you can see right now, right, on the dollar index, you can see from the last 5 trading days. Okay, can you see that? All right, the dollar is actually slowly creeping up. Just like yesterday, there was some profit taking from the 91.30 level all the way down. That's why you saw the gold reacted. But again, you can see the dollar creeping in. So overall itself, right, it does seem that the market is, creeping in. Okay, so that's one view on that. Another one is that look at the yields right now. Okay, the yields have been pretty flat. Honestly, the yields have been very flat, not moving at all. Okay, why? Because as again, the yields is flat because there's so much money pumping the system, right? So the yields are pretty flat, overall lowering. So the dollar is moving up, but the yields is going down. It doesn't make any sense. So something is wrong in this whole equation. And that's why I would say this, right? If you follow the chart, right, it'll be a better choice. Okay, a better choice that you see fundamental. So the question is this, is it time to buy gold? Let me explain this to you now. Now, yesterday, we also have no pivot, right? No pivot. So no pivot, just strictly follow the opening price. And yesterday, the KSI was green and there's no blue bars at the bottom. There's only one thing to do, above OP, CCRY, buy. Nothing else. You just have to do it. All right, you just have to follow and do it, okay? Wow, who's giving me all the love? Thank you. All right. So you just have to buy. You just have to buy yesterday. That was all you need to do for yesterday's goal, right? Not too sure why people no one buying because no pivot. Okay. So yesterday, you look at it. This is what happened to gold yesterday. All right. Above OP, CCRY, you buy. 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 Of course, this is where you don't buy because already after midnight. But look at it. If you buy gold yesterday, wow, 4 good trades, 4 wins, okay? And really went all the way up, no stopping. That is the reason why a lot of people don't dare to trade when no pivot. I already said this many times before. When there's no pivot, right, it's actually a good trading day. There will be initial volatility because the market will choose one side. But you realize that, right, that is how it works, okay? So this is something that you guys must really remember. Write it down somewhere where no pivot day are actually a good trading day. I think that's why Uncle Arun has spotted it and he asked me during our last beer session. I told him upfront, yes, indeed, that is the best. But apparently, despite I say this many times, right, people just don't remember it. Okay? Yeah, but I don't want to push it too hard because end of the day is that, remember, about pivot trading day, right? I did say before, right? There are days where there's no pivot, right? And then those days is something I don't know what to really do, but the statistics has proven many times. All right. So congratulations to all those who made money in gold yesterday. Really congratulations. Okay, so you got an idea now? Next time in the see no pivot, right? You should be very happy. Okay, let's look at our market right now for gold. Now, gold is actually interesting. Okay, now gold is actually coming off today. Now, by right, we should see further upside in gold today. By right, because yesterday we saw it broke past strong pull upward, right? But now it's pulling back once again. Now, if I want to tell you something here, if you guys actually are PTP trade, you will know that there's a gold selling point today around here. That is at 1793.55, right? This was mentioned last week, right? When we said we shorted gold around here, remember? 1793. So today the market has just missed the level a bit, but yesterday was triggered. So by theory, today the gold should be coming down, all right? By theory of the PTP knowledge, right? But of course, by technical aspect, right, the gold trading above the MA30 and very strong yesterday, it does seem that the gold should be going up. So this is going to be interesting to watch for today, all right? Now, the MLP for gold today, let's take a look at the MLP. The MLP for gold today, you can see, right, somewhere around here at 1779 level. So maybe when gold comes on this point, there might be some artificial buying, okay? All right, so now gold has traded above 23.6% of Fibonacci and also is above the MLP, above MA30. So overall looks very positive, overall positive. So as long as gold stay below OP, you just don't do anything. But if gold goes above OP, right, then I believe that gold will go higher. And the MA200 is getting nearer now, it's 1813 level, okay? So for gold traders, you watch out for that. Okay, this is based on conventional chart. Weekly chart wise is very positive. Look at it, unless this week they're going to turn drastic and the gold punch down. Right, the weekly chart looks good. It looks very good. In fact, it stays above the 1762 technical point, the 50% mark, and now it broke the trend line. So actually, gold looks very positive. So I will say that, right, gold should be overall okay. I still believe that now, as long as gold stays above the OP of this week, I believe gold may be going up next week. All right, so watch out for gold. Now, silver exploded upwards. You can see that yesterday we were talking about silver holding above the MA30 and MA200, right? And silver exploded upwards, all right, yesterday. So is it because of the short squeeze that everybody was talking about? Maybe, I don't know. But again, like I say, nowadays the market is all full of manipulation. So it's very easy to control stuff. So that is what probably maybe why yesterday it's a coordinated movement. Everybody went in to buy silver and then silver just price go up. But now silver price is coming back down again. Watch out for the MLP. And that's for $26.35. If the market pulls back down, hit MLP and support there, then maybe you can look out for buy again on the silver price. Okay? All right. So let's look at today's goal for our TWB chart. Now, today's goal has pivot. So, okay. All right. Now, today's is the CCRY on the day chart. So, by right above OP is a buy. KSI is green. No blue bars at the bottom. So, overall, it does look as a good buy. I repeat, today do look as a good day for a buy. CCRY above OP do look good for a buy today. Okay, so watch out for this. If the market goes above OP, it'll be a buy for today. Now, if the market goes below OP, then maybe the market will pull back to about MLP level before we find a support. Okay, all right. First, the range of today is quite far away. So I suspect that, right, even if sell, it'll be limited because KSI is green, KTR -1 to -3 is a buy. Okay, so watch out for that, right? Okay, so that is the gold update for you guys. And last one will be crude oil. Now, crude oil yesterday also rallied. All right, after it come off the day before, it had rallied up. So MLP is there at about $64, and the MA30 is $62.30. So overall, crude oil looks positive. I did say before, one of the things that before market tip is that commodity prices will go up by itself, and that is what's happening right now. So if the commodity prices go higher and equity market doesn't go higher, right, that is where I say that's where I express my concern. Okay, so traders do watch out for this. All right. All right, so that is basically I covered all the market for today. All right, time check 9:30, yeah, around there. My timing is always there. My 1 hour later, we should have finished all the technical aspect. So we're going to go into the second part of MAO, which is the alternate market views. If you want to stay on, please stay on. If you think that I have enough for you for today, you can actually leave right now. All right, I'll come back in 10 seconds time. Okay, guys, I'm back. So if you're staying on, you're looking for that, huh? Okay. Okay, let's just continue. All right, now bull bear market, right? Obviously, the front part you can see I'm pretty positive on the buy side. So obviously, the alternate market views will be on the bear side. So let's see what do I have to offer today. Now, this is a very powerful chart. This is from 1776. Okay, I know that these are all the big macro picture that some of you may not, may not like it or may not able to digest this. You may need someone to read it, but I'm just going to make it very simple for you. Okay, so basically, all right, at the back, that is the market, all right, in terms of the real GDP, the one at the back, okay, the real GDP, and then of course there's the S&P, yeah, all right, then in blue color you have all the series 4, okay, and obviously, right, okay, this is like what's happening right now. And of course, you have the effective fund rates. Okay, so you can see that whenever the hiking have to come in, the market usually will have some selling. Okay, you can see that's what I'm trying to say, right? So every time when the U.S. Federal Reserve have to do some hiking of the Federal Reserve, the interest rate, the stock market in general will have a movement. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. So you got an idea now? Okay. Huh? Okay. So the thing is that this is how it looks like. Okay, this is how if you cannot understand this, something like that. Okay. Okay. So there were many different events along the way, from the crash of '87 to the LTCM to the .com to the credit crisis, sorry, from the EU crisis to the oil crash and so forth, right? So there have been zero time in history when the Federal Reserve started a rate hiking campaign, the market do not lead to a negative outcome. So what I'm trying to say is very simple. If there's any one time, the moment Federal Reserve increase interest rate, straight away, the market will react. All right, that is very clear. But the problem is there's no increment at this moment right now. That's why I'm saying this until the Fed lady sings. The Fed lady sent out is Jerome Powell. Until he really did that. So of course you may say, but Kel, if you look carefully, right? Okay, when they start to hike their rates, only when they start to hike their rates, right? Then we actually get to see the market coming off later. All right, so it's actually the rate go up and the market also go up at the same time. Correct? Yeah, indeed. So that's why there is still a transitory period. It's not an immediate reaction. Okay, that is still a period. So that's why the market is still pretty positive, even though there is the interest rate is on the way up. There is still a point whereby the market will buy it first before get a bit too expensive and the market will react. Okay, so that's what to show to you. Since 1976 and then now the last almost 50 years, we do see that that is a direct relationship with the interest rate and the equity stock market. Now, these are the reason. Now, this is not my reason. I got it from somewhere else, okay? This is all the reason why I say that the bear is in, but it's still not there yet. Well, we're definitely pushing to the highest, the second highest level of valuation in history. This is very clear. And of course, all the price to sales, Tobin, Q, and market cap to GDP were all at a record high level, really not seen before. And of course, now people are buying a lot into cryptocurrency, what we're doing right now, to the non-fungible token NFT, and of course, all the very speculative SPAC counters. All right, of course, IPO is really at the fastest pace ever. All right, and the large portion of Russell 2000 have no income. Most companies are really no income because of the pandemic, but the stock price is high. The bond price now is actually at the chance of greatest default because the rates are at the lowest level. So this is also a very, very interesting thing to watch. And of course, individuals are rushing to pay the highest prices for record housing and used car. Now, because of the car prices, the housing prices are all going up, right? And users are buying. Now, their earnings did not go up as fast, but they're buying more or buying at high. And that is the reason why overall it's not right. I'm just basically waiting for this bubble to burst. I mean, this really, all this so-called reason, you give it to any economics teacher, right? Definitely you will score an A, but in the real world itself, right, you can realize this, the 1 + 2 = 3, it's not going to work. So that's why, even though it makes a lot of sense for the bear to ask the director, is it now, is it now, is it now? Director said, not yet, not yet, not yet. Why? Because the bull has all the anchor support by the people. So as long as Federal Reserve is supporting, as long as people are happy with that, the bear will have no chance. But this is growing, and this is only getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So you just have to wait for this one. All right, now for this is interesting. The last 5 days, the most shorter stock are coming off. That means that, right, people who dislike these counters, right, the market is really reacting to it. That means that the market is shorting while the market is going up. So that means that there is a possibility if the stock market do pull back, right, this stock will come down very fast. Okay. So I don't know what is the exact, who are the more shorter stock line for this index. I'll get back to you tomorrow. Okay. Now it's very clear. You can see that around there is some tapering by the global central bank already. There is some tapering. Okay. The last time we saw some tapering, the S&P dropped a bit. So is it the due to come? I'm not too sure, but it's something to watch out for. And do note that the difference and the divergence between between the S&P and the balance sheet, right? You can see when it was so a bit further away, the market pulled back and corrected. But today we are so far away, and there's still no signs of correction. So there is some form of artificial buying on some selected counters. That's why the market is still able to hold. But again, how long can they hold? That's a big question mark here. So. Okay, all right. Now this one will be the last one here. Now look at it. This is every time for the last 60 years, whenever people start to buy and keep, and after that they want to buy and borrow, whereby the security brokers, dealers, margin account gets the highest level, when everybody is just basically buying and then speculating and borrowing. This is where usually we see the market will hit the top. So the last time we'll hit about here is at 400. This is how 100 billion. All right, now we are more than that. We're almost at 500 billion. All right, so really it's a crazy level. And of course, the short interest, meaning the people who are shorting stocks, right, really interestingly, it went down to the low level for the last 3 years. So what does it tell you? This tells you that, right, everybody is on the long side, everybody is borrowing to the tip, right? They're pushing the pedal to the metal, and they just want to really push all the way up. But of course, again, when this happened, right, just one day, something just out of nowhere, the needle just pop, it will just burst. Okay, so again, I'm not going to burst anybody bubbles and say I'm still positive. I still think the market's going to go higher in the later part, right? But again, all these reasons are the reason why you need to be very, very careful, because when market is all on one side, you know that what will happen. Just like if everybody bet that Liverpool, my favorite club, is going to win a game, I can see that, right? Usually the opposite will happen. Okay. All right, King Hua, we need to find a new fat lady to replace Jerome Power. Maybe. All right, guys, thank you once again. I appreciate for your time and effort to stay on with me. All right, I wish you all the best. Remember, guys, you just have to remember this. Follow the chart. It's going to work effectively for all of you. All right, this is Kel signing off. Have a great day. Now, today is Super Tuesday. We will start we will have our afternoon MAO at 2 p.m. first. Then after that, we have a Super Tuesday. So don't miss it, right? Today is Super Tuesday. We're going to cover on how to use a lower time frame to trade in the market. Okay? All right, guys. See you. Take care. Have a great day. This is Kel signing off. Bye-bye.